My name is Matthew Peterson, and this is my recommendation for the Southwest Transit benchmark assignment. When we began our attempt to find the best fits among the possible Southwest Transit team members, our goal was to create a synergistic environment that amplified individual strengths while balancing out individual weaknesses. In short, we wanted to ensure that the team was made up of individuals who shared some commonalities when it came to processes or working together, but still diverse enough to add different perspectives and pick up where their fellow teammates fell short. Unofficial roles were given to each potential member based on key characteristics that we were able to identify within their profiles. These roles were largely based on personality traits like leadership skills, motivation levels, ability to act under pressure. We made a concerted effort to avoid having too many leaders in the group. Leadership experience was definitely a plus when we were making our considerations, but we were aware of the theory that Markman's article promotes, which states that when groups of people in leadership roles get together, they may have difficulty coordinating their activity. Surprisingly, each of the three members of our group agreed on our six nominations unanimously, which were Elizabeth, Michael, Caitlin, Susan, William, and Bob. Elizabeth seemed like a great teammate with strong problem solving skills and a high level of motivation. She has a demonstrated history of leadership, is open to change, and has incentive to do well in order to move up within the company. Michael is strategically sound and would probably slide into a leadership position within the team. He has a long history with the company and strong communication skills. A possible issue would be a lack of motivation. Caitlin is new to the company, which may come in handy as she can provide a fresher outlook and perspective than employees who have spent a long time with Southwest Transit. Her high motivation is a positive, but a negative could be her perfectionism or her struggle to take criticism well. Susan has a positive motivation and a high energy level, which both may positively impact the work of the team. Her major strength is being an excellent team player and being able to work well with others. An issue for Susan is her tendency to shut down during critical moments that cause her to feel overwhelmed. William is a positive and easygoing team player. His tenure in the industry and his confidence in projects are a major plus, but his lack of motivation and his tendency to shut down during conflicts are possible warning signs. Bob has a long history with the company as well and is quick to help his teammates and volunteer to complete a task that arises. Similarly, a major issue for Bob is that he sounds like he struggles handling conflict well and is not always pleasant to work with. Narrowing the final recommendations into four team members was more difficult as each potential member seemed to fit a specific role in the group that we had envisioned. Ultimately, William and Bob were left off of the final choices. William's major drawbacks involve that severe lack of motivation and a tendency to shut down during moments of stress or conflict. Bob has proven to not always be pleasant to work with in a group setting and has similar struggles handling conflict. So this left the final recommendations for the team at Elizabeth, Michael, Caitlin, and Susan. There are multiple strengths that we intended to build off of when constructing the team. The most pertinent strength is having multiple members with demonstrated histories of leadership positions. While we're trying to avoid the ambiguity and conflict that might arise with multiple people vying for one leadership position, still advantageous to have more than one team member with leadership experience. Multiple team members have proven that they have strong problem solving skills and are adept at strategizing. Some of the team members that were recommended have been with the company for multiple years, while others are relatively new, fresh out of other jobs in other industries. This can be an advantage as it allows the experience and the know-how of the tenured employees to mix with the newer employees that may have a different or more fresh perspective. Each recommended team member has demonstrated strong communication and relationship building skills. The team as a whole is made up of employees with documented histories of positive performance and teamwork skills demonstrated during past projects. As with any proposed team, there are potential weaknesses that must be considered during the stage. The glaring weakness is the possibility for a shared lack of motivation to crop up within the group, as few members have shown signs of this in their past. There's also a shared tendency to struggle with communication during tense, critical moments or during times of conflict. This will hopefully be remedied by the leadership skills and the experience found within the group. Inexperienced and tenured members may clash as their differing perspectives come together on problems. And as with any group, there are potential growing pains as the members of the new team learn the best ways to work together with one another. There are two specific leadership strategies that are recommended in order to both build off of the team's strengths while also minimizing the risk of running into any potential weaknesses. First, leadership strategy is assigning clearly defined roles to each team member. Not only do these roles allow each member to understand their tasks and their responsibilities, but they also ensure that the team avoids a confusing situation that sees multiple members clashing over an assumed project leader position. The textbook states that clearly defined roles within a team reduce conflict and enables smooth team performance. Additionally, a leader-centered team helps a team develop its own sense of identity, as the tone of how the team will operate is usually set at the top level. The second recommended leadership strategy is aimed at avoiding overly stressful situations that may cause team members to feel overwhelmed or shut down completely. This strategy revolves around simply instituting a flexible, less strict deadline wherever possible, with less severe penalties if the deadline is missed. While some deadlines are integral to the success of the project and are obviously unable to be adjusted, textbook mentions that a team performance often declines and then rebounds to rise to the original levels and above shortly following original implementation. So during the early stages of the team, it's important to avoid overloading the employees with strict deadlines or stressful situations in order for the team members to focus on the process of coming together to work together. Deadlines are also often not conducive to producing the best possible product. According to Key's article, they often create the sense among employees that alternative creative solutions are not an option, or that it's too late to think of other possible resolutions or processes. In an effort to avoid an increase in stress levels and the negative atmosphere among the team members, only the absolutely imperative deadlines should be emphasized among the group. Recommendations for this team: both those of the team members and those of the leadership strategies are also mindful of the idea of conscious capitalism and the role that this group specifically plays in it. A synergistic team and a positive working environment sets the tone for an organization's culture. This conscious culture is defined by each individual employee that make up that culture. Since the culture of an organization mirrors the personality of the leaders at the top, it's important to analyze the profile of the organization just as deeply as the profile of each team member. Group cohesion leads to a positive work environment and a higher level of teamwork. As a group works together successfully, the quality of their output should be expected to grow. It is that output that forms the basis for the success of the organization and is how stakeholders judge which organization is worthy of investing in. While pleasing the stakeholders is not necessarily the most important thing, it is necessary to the growth and the success of the company. Similarly, a cohesive group effort benefits the organizational culture of a company and promotes teamwork and communication. So it's important to be mindful of the role that each employee and each team plays in achieving the higher purposes of an organization.